All right, guys, we are back for another Dokkan battle video. So, all right, let's just talk about the banners. I'm trying to cover as much information as I can. You know, they did actually drop a lot as soon as the stream ended with the huge revelations of showing the new mode and then the other thing seriously serious all out battles 2. There is a lot to talk about here. For this one we're going to talk about the banners. Let's just go ahead and focus in on the banners. If you guys are curious, these boys are dropping in about just a little bit over 3 hours right now. Here, let me just pull the schedule up. Yeah, 3 hours and 6 minutes is when everything is dropping. We do also have the EZAs for Pan and the Super EZA Blue Vegeta. I'm going to have to talk about that at some point. Maybe I should have just did that in the data download video. That was probably a silly mistake of me. But let's talk about the banners itself. So let's go and take a look. So, okay. I'm going to say this. I easily could be wrong on this, right? I am not scared to say I'm wrong or say I could end up being wrong or something like that. I'm getting the vibe that UI Goku and Evolution Blue Vegeta is the best character in the game. But that's not to downplay the Super Saiyan 4s, because you guys know I'm the Festival of Battle's greatest soldier, and this is, I think, the best character in the game for Festival, probably, because the way that they will just, I think, casually delete Vegito at the end, I don't know. Maybe Super Vegito still, his active is still so crazy, but they're up there. They're gonna be a crazy festival killer. And then they're also gonna have the other 8th anniversary LRs potentially able to help them handle that juicing as well, right? So let's just talk about some of the characters on the banners. And what banners you guys might want to summon on. Now, I do think UI Goku and Evolution Blue Vegeta is probably number 1, I think, right? With Goma and the Blues for sure. The Super Saiyan 4s, for them, I would just kind of say that they're vaguely in the mix of this top tier, right? Somewhere in this top tier. Looking at this, by the way, I don't think I would change anything as is displayed right there. I could easily see this guy moving up and this guy moving up, though. Definitely, right? I think AGL Super Saiyan 4 Goku, he could end up being a little bit better, potentially, right? So, maybe, but, Ultimate Gohan right here, Rose right there, I'm totally good with how everything looks right here, right? So, I think the Super Saiyan 4s, they're just somewhere in the mix in here. But I'm not quite sure. I'm going to need to use them in-game first before I could say for sure. Right? Now, I guess, yeah, so this is going to be which character to summon for. Let's just start by talking about the Dokkan Fest. Without a doubt, though, the huge value increase this character has over UI Goku and Evolution Blue Vegeta is going to be the leader skill. It is incomparable going from this right here, GT Hero Power Wishes and Power Beyond Super Saiyan, compared to what they're rocking right here, which is just Realm of Gods. It's not even close. Realm of Gods, I'm not that high on Realm of Gods. I'm not. Definitely not. So that I think is going to be a little bit of an issue. The fact that Realm of Gods certainly could, this guy being mid as shit hurts. It really does, right? So we'll see how Realm of Gods is going to look. I mean, the gods are definitely still going to be good enough to run. Yeah, we'll see. So again, let's look at this Dokkan Fest banner. So these boys, I think would, at worst, they're like the 5th best unit in the game or something like that, but they're probably even better than that. I could imagine, especially once we stack Vegeta up with some raw defensive equips, maybe throw a little dodge build on that boy. I'm thinking that this guy could be very, very good. But keep in mind that this is a stacking character. By the way, look at this. 29,000 HP. What are they at? 26,000. Well, that's an advantage for this character. This is crazy, dude. They're almost at 30,000 HP. That is insanity right there. Holy shit, dude. Wow. Okay. That's That is quite some. That really, all that matters with character stats like this. I mean, well, number one, it matters that they're not free to play with kind of like really low stats, like anything under 10k, attack under 15k, stuff like that. That matters, right? But all that really matters for stats is HP. Like, they could make a character be the hardest hitter in the game with 14,000 attack, because it's just all in here, right here, and the super attack effects and the links and shit. What matters the most is HP, because HP is not going to be, you can't buff HP with your super attack effects and your passive and stuff, but with attack and defense they can. So that's why it is always most important that they have as much HP as they can. Dokkan has really done a good job with that during the 11th anniversary. All the 11th anniversary characters all have very, very high HP pools, which is very good. Okay, hold on, I gotta pause, I gotta clear my throat. All right, so let's take a look at the rest we got here. So these guys, again, somewhere in that top 5 level, they're going to be great for longer fights. We'll see if the 11th anniversary special battle fights are actually like, new hardest fight in the game contenders. I think they possibly could be, but again, I don't know for sure, right? We'll have to see once those fights are actually dropping, right? But like these guys definitely will be able to really crush any fight that is going to last longer, and they'll be able to pair very well in doing that with the 8th anniversary LRs. Keep in mind, the way I'm seeing things right now, we could get another content drop 16th, 17th, 18th, something like that. Like legitimately, like more EZAs and more content within this range right here. We do get weekly data downloads, so there is something coming in only a couple of days, right? Which is good, because it makes sense, because we just went through an unnaturally long period of nothing going on, right? It's because now we're gonna have quick content drops, which is good. But I expect the 8th anniversary Part 1 Dokkan Fest LRs to EZA on this week right here. This is where I'm expecting. I hate how this calendar, it says March, but we're still looking at February right there. Sometime in this range right here, 23rd to the 27th, that is when I anticipate we'll see those Part 1 8th anniversary LRs EZA, which does matter because right here, they're also on the banner. I would say it's very, this character is going to be in that top 5 level, as soon as they EZA. Same with Super Saiyan 3 Goku and Super Saiyan 2 Vegeta. So get ready. These characters were designed to be run together. No doubt about it. Being able to drop the double Spirit Bomb, like you use Super Saiyan 4 Goku Spirit Bomb right into this Spirit Bomb. I mean, bro, it's just gonna be something else. It's gonna be something else, dude. So yeah, this character is good. If you don't have him rainbowed, this will be a good character to pull for sure, 100%. All right, so we have them. Let's look at what else we got here. We have AJL Gogeta. I only pulled up the confirmed characters that we have here, rather than, doing a lot of, theory crafting and stuff like that. I'm sure the 2 EZA characters, Blue Vegeta and Pan, are very likely to be on the banners as well. Majin Vegeta is another character that was on the fan meetup Carnival. So AGL Majin Vegeta will probably be on the Carnival banner as well. I'm not going to pull him up, but with him being on that banner, I'd say he's... Well, wait, no, I'm getting confused. I'm stupid. No, never mind. Scratch that. I was thinking of it as though he was a character that EZA'd that wasn't yet on a banner, but don't... Ignore that. Crazy night. It's a busy night. All right. So, AGL Gogeta, I'm more down on this character nowadays. If you could get past the brutal base form of Vegeta, though, I mean, Goku with the Veku active skill, the guaranteed dodging when you use Veku, and then obviously how elite Gogeta is. I mean, we still have that, right? That is really, really good. But I'm not super high in this character. I wouldn't let this character's presence anywhere factor in for summoning whatsoever. Next, we have Omega. Omega's still really good. When I did my tier list, I had some people crying about Omega, being, I think, too high, which... I would say is kind of surprising. Omega can still handle shit really good. He does still have some good villain options. Now, certainly, we're now starting to get where it's the top 10 is going to start to include, no villains besides Goma, but Goma's not on Omega's team. I mean, you can run him leader skillless, I guess, but, yeah. So, like, we would want, like, another strong addition added to, like, Omega's team, but, we'll see what's going to happen with that. Well, I mean, we did get Legic, who is also here, right? Legic right there. That's the other character. Legic, to me, looks really quite good, and he is going to be a handy addition to Omega's team. I do think he will make Omega's team better. Oh my god, yeah, dude, I was looking at this guy's kit, and I wasn't even factoring in Omega's damage reduction. Yeah, so he gets like 30 plus, so he's going to be at 65% damage reduction. This guy in slot 3 is going to be really good. Again, especially in conjunction with Omega. Omega's weakness, by the way, funny enough, is the strength of the Super Saiyan 4's longer fights. That's where Omega is going to have a weakness. Or the Cell Max fight does completely destroy Omega as well. But later on in the fight, things can get a little bit iffy for Omega. And then that's where Legic, just like Android 17, does have on command 100% dodge, which is pretty good. So being able to do that is, I think, really massive for Legic, and really massive for Omega's team, potentially deep in the fight too. Legic seems like a decent addition to Omega's team. I think easily I would say that. So there's that. Next, we can look at the Carnival banner. I do have Proton's data download thread pulled up here. I don't know if there's anything in particular we need to really cover looking through this. I guess I could look at this while we're talking about the EZAs, but yeah, okay. So we have this character. I do think this character is the best unit in the game. My reasoning is very simple. The very first turn, you use UI, so that means you get an orb with him. He has 100% dodge. And then obviously, anytime you get his 18 key super, he's got 100% dodge as well. The other thing about it is that Vegeta, same thing. The very first time Vegeta gets an orb, he's going to have 100% damage reduction. So you have one turn where you have 100% dodge, and you have one turn where you have 100% damage reduction. It's crazy. It's just crazy. But, like, that, to me, is why I feel like I probably would say I think this is the #1 character. Who knows? But this character, I don't know. Let's look at this again. I would think at worst I have him 3rd in front of Daimagoku. It's just, they look crazy to me. Very crazy. And, I mean, don't forget, like, people do this thing where, but they're, like, well, I guess, okay. If you evaluate these characters and leader skill is a major part of your evaluation of them, I would say that's valid. Like, I do understand that logic. But, like, for me, I'm never really worrying about leader skills, just in how good individual characters are and stuff like that, right? But, like, people did this with Rose, where Rose had a weaker leader skill, and it caused them to downplay the fuck out of Rose. Don't let yourselves do this with this character, because guess what? They're on every other team. Do not get it twisted. You could run them on every other team, right? Like, it's people are going to talk about this character as though they're a Realm of Gods merchant. They are not, right? So, also, what else do we have here? Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, who is going to be, I mean, massive, along with the new tag Super Saiyan 4s. So this guy is still going to probably be really effective with them. And it's going to be much easier to do this as well, by the way. Now we have even stronger GT heroes who will trigger this ability for Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. We also have this right here. Carnival Gogeta. At this point, I'm not really too high on Carnival Gogeta. I mean, you could toy around with him in Festival, I guess. But at this point, I mean, it seems crazy to say, but he's now a year away from EZA. What do you guys think about this? Now it's a year away from this guy EZAing. Pretty fucking nuts, huh? But yeah, at this point, I'm not super high on him. But I mean, you could do some stuff with, theoretically, I guess, if you don't have him. He'll be good in a year. This character, I would say, is out. Like, no way. In that really difficult Broly mission, though, The family Kamehameha I found to be very effective, but I mean, we still got a little bit of time until we see that. Super Saiyan 4 Goku, he is going to definitely be much improved, I think, and will certainly be effective with all these Super Saiyan 4 characters, right? Definitely, definitely. And then, oh, and that is it, huh? So, yeah. If you're wondering which banner to summon on, I feel like the better overall characters, at least just from what's displayed, is I'm leaning towards the UI Goku Evolution Blue Vegeta banner, but I mean, you are definitely gonna want to get your hands on this Dokkan Fest leader skill, man. It's just you're gonna want to get your hands on a Dokkan Fest leader skill, period. Right? Like UI and Evolution Blue Vegeta, I do think probably are a little bit better, but I mean, it's that leader skill is crazy. Legic is still good, although Legic is basically just, some people might say, oh, he's mercenary Tau buff, but I think Legic, you're pretty much exclusively going to be using Legic with Omega, if you're going to be using Legic, right? AGL Gogeta I'm not too high on, and then obviously we know how good this character is, so let me know what you guys think. Just a little bit of time here. And we are going to have the big boys actually released only in a few hours. Let me know what you guys think. Thanks, guys, for watching, and I will catch you guys next time.